Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the great state of Maine. We are in a really unique location right now. So just below me, we just got done. We flew in and checked out the ice caves this morning here on the outskirts of Baxter. And we are in for an absolutely insane day. So I am here with Jacob Knowles and Jeremy, and we are in search of one of the rarest sport fish in the world, and that is the landlocked Arctic char. But if you guys want to see day one and the ice caves, make sure you go check out Jacob's and Jeremy's channel. I will link them down below and introduce you to them in just a second here. We're about to take a jump over to another pond in search of Arctic char. Now, it would be absolutely incredible if we get a couple shots at it, and I can show you guys one of the rarest fish in North America. It's one of those species that you can't find anywhere else in the world besides Maine, except for possibly Vermont and New Hampshire. But they decided that they were going to stock the lakes where these Arctic char were found, and it decimated the populations. So Maine is the last official stronghold, and I hope that we keep it that way. So let's go out there, see what we can catch. You excited?
I'm so excited. As they say for the goldfish commercial, time to go fishing.
This is the outlet to this pond, Jesse, and it runs down into this one, and where it runs in is where I'm thinking they might be spawning. But see if you see any running water. Looks pretty dry.
Looks like it's spring, actually. I think those are two springs that fill up and feed the lakes. I don't see any fast water.
Right here is where it runs in, so they might be laying right in front of it, waiting to run in.
Is that the only inlet?
Yep, the only big one.
Oh man, yeah, they are stacked up there for brook trout in here.
Oh, that's all that's in here, yeah.
Plus you can see that low water level, or these shoal lines over here. That's what they'll use in alternative.
So this lake is really unique in that it harbors both Arctic char and it's also a Maine state heritage for brook trout as well. So everything that is coming out of this lake is going to be unadulterated, purely native, and I'm so excited to see some of these fish. The fall colors right now, they're at absolute peak. It doesn't get any better than this. We hit it at a perfect time, and the best part about that is when the leaves are bright like this, so are the trout. So if we pull out an Arctic char, it may have this like a beautiful orange glow to it. Some of them really color up, and they're pretty unbelievable. They kind of get this darker orange, but there's the variability in the phenotypes of them they're extremely different. So if we do catch some, it's going to be really cool to compare them. But first off, we got to get out there and catch them. So we're going to grab one of these boats, throw it in the water, and start fishing, guys. So we'll see you out there. All right, for starters, we're going to start off with this black ghost. This is a classic Maine pattern that originated out of the Rangeley region. Now, I'm a really big fan of classic flies, so I love to fish things like black ghost, gray ghost, just all kind of classic patterns. And so we're going to start with some flies for beginners. I know Jake's using a spoon, and we're going to see what these fish like and go from there. I really hope that they're going to go for the flies that people have been targeting them on this lake for years and years, like over 50 years. We're going to start with that, see how it goes, and we'll find out soon enough how well we do. Showing him the picture, and it's like, well, because you can see it here. Oh, we got one. We got one.
Do you?
Yeah. Yep.
How deep were you?
3 colors. Doesn't feel big.
It's probably a char. Are you close?
It's real close. Under the net.
Yeah.
That's a decent brookie.
Yeah.
There's dinner. Hey.
Nice.
Oh wait, it might be a char. Nope,
No.
it's a brookie.
Yeah.
It is a light colored brookie.
Really?
So this fish has a really light color, and that is not typical of brook trout this time of year. So we can definitely tell it's a female, first off because it doesn't have a large kype, but also because it doesn't have strong colors along its belly and on its sides. So the females are preserving all of their energy to put that directly into egg production this time of year. So we're gonna harvest this fish so we can have something for dinner tonight, and we're gonna eat every piece of it. I'm starting to think maybe they're cruising surface.
I haven't seen any dumb.
I haven't either, but tonight.
Oh, there's one. That's a nice
that's
fish.
a good one.
That's a nice fish. Nice fish.
That's
Cocker. This is
it.
like a 3-pounder. No joke. Got like a 3-pound fish on right now. At least. Might be bigger. This is a char. It's a nice one.
It's gonna be a beautiful char. Yeah, I got it. Oh.
Was it a good one?
It's decent. It's like 3-ish, 3.5.
So we eating good tonight? Is that what we're saying?
Do we need a fish that big?
We'll see how he's
It's a nice
hooked.
one.
If he's hooked, not bad at all, we'll probably let him go. But if he's...
It's a she. We should let her go.
Yeah.
Big native. She's gonna produce a lot of babies.
Oh, that's a nice rookie, isn't it?
Good
Oh,
one.
nice.
That's real good. Nice catch. That's
Nice rookie.
beauty.
This is what we came for. Well, this is almost what we came for. We would like to get a char, but this is second best. Nothing like a good native rookie.
Nice. Beautiful fish.
Sweet deal. That was awesome.
Nice catch.
Nice rookie. Didn't put Jesse in the water, but I'm as happy as I can be without putting him in the water. That was my favorite fish on the planet.
All right, we're taking a little break. We're gonna rearrange the plane because the wind's starting to pick up. While we're sitting here with the motor off, I wanted to introduce you to someone. Jeremy, he does some incredible loon calls. But, so some of you guys say that I do some good videography. You should flip over to his channel. I'll link it down below when he's talking about it. His work is just would absolutely blow mine out of the water. Let's get introduced.
What's up, guys? My name is Jeremy. I do a series called Discover Maine. My whole mission is to get people outside exploring and embracing this. My catchphrase is go discover something awesome. And you got to put the phone down. You got to get off your couch to do that. And you got to get out here and see some of this stuff for yourself. Don't take these incredible things that are right in your backyard for granted. I traveled for years, and when I came home, I just heard everyone say, you know, Maine's terrible. There's nothing to do. It's so boring. And that couldn't be further from the truth. It's just about getting out and embracing this incredible landscape and this incredible community of people. So I encourage you to do the same thing. I'd love it if you come check out the channel. I'd love to chat, leave a comment, say, hey, I came over from Jesse's page from our epic fishing trip, and let's go discover something awesome together, guys, all right? So right now, let's get ready to catch some fish.
We've got a couple hours left, just a bit over, so
It's like the same one that's on the...
in theory, we can still make it happen. So let's hope for the best. So Jeremy's diving in the water. I didn't show any of this yesterday, but here is the deal. Basically, we had a poker game last night, and the loser of that poker game had to jump in the water tomorrow. It's kind of a trend that's been going on. By the end of it, we're all gonna probably end up in the water.
There you go, boys.
Well done.
Leave it better than we found it, guys.
Well, making the most of that lost bet last night, because we saw that tire when we flew in, and we were all like, we need to go get that out of here. And of course, you had to dive in anyway. Why not clean up the water while you're at it? While we're here, I want to introduce you to Jacob Knowles. He's been on my channel several times now and brought me out tuna fishing. We went brook trout fishing, and now Arctic char. So far, he has caught the biggest fish of the trip, and he's leading in the spinner versus fly total.
We're doing a little side competition here, spinner or artificial versus flies. And I mean, I'm not against fly fishing by any means. I do quite a bit of it myself, but where he's fly fishing, I figured I'd mix it up a little bit and try to do something different, try to figure out what the fish are eating. Just get as much variety out there as we can because we really don't know how to target these fish this time of year.
Always fun to have a healthy competition. This is all fun and games, but bringing a little competition in it kind of makes it a little more fun. So anyway, I'll put a link in the description below for both of these guys' channel. You should go check it out after this. Let's get back out fishing and hope for the best. I mean,
No, it's small.
baby brook trout.
Little brookies.
Yeah, blue halos. Square tail. Another female. Oh, I got one.
My heart just sunk.
Yeah, I know.
A little bit.
Well, we're heading back. I can't say the fly did overly well. I caught one fish. I had a lot on.
What's the tally?
What is it, 4 to 1?
Yeah, something like that. 4 to 1.
And so we've caught a bunch of small brook trout. They're really a cookie cutter size, like 10 inches down to 6, really healthy looking. And if I'm not mistaken, every single one has been female.
Yeah, it's small, except for that one big one.
I mean, if we had all night here and we had a camp set up, we could sit back there and we could pull a lot of fish out.
You could catch all the trout. You'd be sick.
But we're searching around. We're trying to find a char. Tomorrow is our last chance. We're thinking of giving it another try, and I might have to give in and go with a spoon just to give us the most chance. I really think so. But I gave it a hell of a shot tonight, and we still might catch one on our way back. But we got to head back before the sun sets, so we'll see you guys back at camp. All right guys, we're back at the cabin and we're all super tired. We ended up keeping one brook trout today and I'm exhausted. So we are gonna prepare literally the simplest thing possible. But with brook trout and salmon, they have their own oils in them that I personally think are delicious. So what you wanna do is just emphasize it. And things that do that are dill, lemon, salt, and pepper. Just keep it really plain. And that's all I brought because I knew we were gonna get back at 7 at night and I was just gonna be toast. So the thing that's gonna make this catch and cook really epic is we got Jeremy behind the camera and he is gonna shoot some incredible B-roll of this. Let's hop right into it and just cut up the few ingredients that we have. And your guys are gonna be impressed with how this turns out. So for starters, we have the brook trout and this one is really unique. Normally you see this orange color, but for this one, hopefully it stayed, but when we first harvested this fish, it had this beautiful pink texture to it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut up the lemon into thin slices. And we're gonna stuff that into the gut cavity that we have cleaned out, fill that with dill, put a little bit of salt, pepper, and then around it, we're gonna put some rice. And that's gonna absorb any of the oils that leak out of it so we can trap that flavor, and that's it. That is literally, half the time I cook trout and salmon, that is all I do to it at home. It's really simple. Set the oven to 400 degrees. Takes you 5 minutes to prepare. Put that in, about 15, 20 minutes, depending on the size of your fish. You pull that out and you have a delicious meal.
This is gonna bring me back to when I was a kid. Literally, this is the same way I used to do it over the fire, but with white perch.
I don't eat much brook trout. This is
Yeah.
The only brook trout that I eat is usually
eat brook trout, but I just don't eat big ones.
over the fire ice fishing.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever had it. No, you guys shouldn't try it. Yeah, I'll take care of this.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That is actually like,
I'll go throw it away.
Pretty good?
that's killer.
Good.
All right.
That is.
That's what I want to hear.
That is. I'm not just saying it either for the video. That
knows
is
what he's
really
doing.
good, Justin.
Thank you.
Right here, we got.
Good.
Perfect. It's perfect. That balance. I love the dill.
It's mixed.
Oh, so
I love the
simple.
lemon. That perfect balance. All right, let's get to cooking here. Thank you, man. Let me grab this.
I mean, I eat this all the time, so I know exactly what I'm in for.
That is so freaking good.
It's good, right?
No,
Brook
that's some
trout
of the better
has
fish that I've
amazing
ever eaten.
oils in it.
The dill and lemon were perfectly balanced with that fish.
Oh yeah, that is good actually.
So good. Oh, that is so good.
That is one of the better ones I've had.
That is really good.
You guys gotta try it. I mean, it doesn't take much. I didn't even put salt and pepper on this.
It
Come to
didn't
think
need
of
it.
it,
Like,
no,
literally,
it
it's
really
perfect.
didn't. Just perfect.
I'm not just saying that for the video either. That is, like, I'm usually not a fan of that salmony, oily taste, but that,
The lemon cuts it a little bit.
it's so good.
All right, guys, so that's a wrap. Super simple. You should try it out yourself. But we are gonna have some time to ourselves. We're gonna play some cards, have another bet to do something interesting tomorrow, put a little skin on the line. And we still have to catch that Arctic char. We don't have to, but I'd really like to net at least one Arctic char. We're not gonna cook it, we're gonna release it, but it would be so cool to see. And so let's just skip into tomorrow and see if we can't land a Arctic char. All right, it is our last day here. We're leaving the cabin, packing up, waiting for a little bit of fog to burn off so we can take off and make it back to the pond that we were at. Hopefully, we can make the char happen. After seeing how many brook trout we were catching there, pretty sure we can make that happen quite easily. As stacked up as they were in that back corner, yeah, we can get a lot there. The question is the char mixed in with them, and should we keep trolling over that area in hopes that eventually we catch one? Or are the char in a completely different spot, stacked up, ready to spawn somewhere else, and that's why we're not catching any? I don't know enough about the species to question whether or not I should switch spots, but that is a consideration, and we'll see if we can make it happen. So wish us luck. We'll have this up in the air in no time, but you can see that that's, you know, a little sketchy. We caught a couple brookies. We did all right. I think we're starting to dial in what they're looking for. Orange was just, it was the color to use today. So, but unfortunately we haven't caught that Arctic char, but that's all right because we came out, we were with some great people, great company, and then of course you can't beat these views behind us. So I don't regret this experience at all. I had an absolute blast. So make sure you go and check out both Jacob's and Jeremy's channel. I'm gonna link those down below. You gotta see Jeremy's videography work because it is gonna be an incredible capture of this trip, just far above and beyond what I'm gonna be able to show. And then Jacob's gonna have a whole different take on this. He crushed me in catching fish. So if you want to see a lot more fish, head over to Jacob's channel. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next adventure. And just know that this isn't over. I'll see you next time.